Let me ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Are you sitting there, waiting for that one phone call, that one email, that one lucky break to fall out of the sky and change everything? Here's a hard truth. A truth that might sting a little. Opportunity isn't wandering around looking for a place to happen. It doesn't knock on the doors of those who are simply hoping. It is drawn like a magnet to those who have prepared the ground for its arrival. It comes to those who have meticulously built the habits that call it into existence. Think of opportunities like seeds. You can't just wish a harvest into being. You have to get your hands dirty. You plant those seeds in the rich soil of preparation. You water them with the sweat of discipline, and you guard them with relentless persistence. Only then, only after the work is done, do they grow into something real, something you can finally hold in your hands. I'm about to lay out 7 habits for you. They're not complicated theories from a textbook. They are simple, they are powerful, and they are the actions that the most successful people among us live by, day in and day out. Because success, it isn't an accident. It isn't some cosmic lottery. It is the predictable result of preparation, finally shaking hands with opportunity. So let's begin. Let's unlock the habits that swing doors open, that create paths where there were none, and that finally attract the life you've been waiting to live. Habit number 1 is a commitment to continuous learning. A daily pledge to your own growth. Here's a secret that fundamentally shifted my entire life. Opportunities don't show up fully formed. They don't arrive in a neat little package with a bow on top. They show up as whispers, as ideas, as new knowledge, as a skill you haven't mastered yet. And the person who is ready, the one who has been sharpening their mind all along, that is the one who hears the whisper and seizes the moment. Continuous learning isn't something you do once in a while. It's a way of life. It's a daily decision. Pick up a book, listen to someone who has walked the path before you. Absorb knowledge from every possible source. Every single new idea, every shift in perspective is a potential seed for a new opportunity. You have to plant it, care for it, and then watch what it becomes. You see, most people are passive. They wait for life to slap them with a lesson. They wait for a guide to take them by the hand. They wait for luck. And while they wait, the world moves on without them. But the ones who commit to daily learning, they are always prepared. They see the turn in the road before they get there. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a man who carries a small, worn-out notebook. Every single day, without fail, he jots down one new idea he encountered, one new insight he gained, or one new skill he wants to acquire. After a year, that notebook holds 365 seeds. After a decade, it holds over 3,000. Can you even begin to imagine the doors that kind of accumulated knowledge can unlock? Can you see the sheer gravity of opportunity that is pulled toward a mind so prepared? But learning isn't just about what you find in books. It's in the conversations you have. It's in paying attention to the world around you. It's in the humility of learning from your victories just as much as your defeats. Here's the real secret. You don't need to know everything at once. You just have to be learning fast enough to be able to act with courage when the window of opportunity cracks open. I've always said that a formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Why is that? Because the world is in constant motion. New industries are born overnight. New technologies reshape our reality. New ways to create and deliver value emerge from thin air. If you are not actively learning, you are by default falling behind. And when you're falling behind, opportunities don't just pass you by. They don't even see you. This commitment to learning is also an act of profound humility. It's the quiet admission that says, I don't have all the answers. It's the strength to say, I can be better tomorrow than I am today. It requires a burning curiosity. Curiosity is the spark that lights the fire. Knowledge is the fuel that keeps it burning. And your action is the engine that moves you forward. The growth you gain from daily learning compounds, just like interest in a bank. It might feel small at first, a page here, a podcast there. But soon the cumulative effect will astound you. Soon you will become the person that opportunity seeks out, because you are undeniably ready for it. Remember this deeply. Success is predictable. It is not luck. It is not magic. It is the raw, unfiltered result of hard work and discipline. And learning is a core part of that discipline. Learning is the work before the work. It's the preparation that makes opportunity recognize you in a crowd. So I'm telling you to start today. Right now. Pick up a book instead of your phone. Listen to a lecture. Ask questions. Take notes. Commit to learning one new thing every single day. Every idea is a key. Every lesson is a ladder. Every insight is a map to a future you get to design yourself. Make continuous learning your foundational habit. Make it non-negotiable. Because the person who stops learning has stopped growing, and the person who has stopped growing has stopped attracting opportunity. You don't want to be that person? You want to be the one who is ready, the one who sees the chance and steps into it without hesitation. You want to be the one who transforms knowledge into action, and action into a legacy. So commit to your own growth, and watch as the world finally opens its doors for you. Habit 2, building an unbreakable character. Opportunity isn't just looking for talent. It isn't just scouting for intelligence. It's searching for character. Because at the end of the day, who you are will always matter more than what you know. Knowledge is powerful, and skills are essential. But without a foundation of integrity, of raw honesty, of unwavering reliability, all of it turns to dust. Think about it for a second. Would you ever place your trust in a genius who lies? Would you build a future with a partner who can't be counted on? Would you hand over responsibility to someone whose word means nothing? Of course not. Opportunity works the same way. It follows character. When people know you as a person of your word, when they see your integrity in action, when they know you are reliable down to your bones, doors don't just open, they stay open. Trust is built, and opportunities flow, not just once, but over and over again. Because character is the true magnet for sustainable, long-term success. Let me put it to you like this. Your skills might get you in the door for the interview. Your knowledge might even help you land the contract. But it is your character, and your character alone, that will determine if you get to stay. I have watched people with breathtaking talent lose absolutely everything, because their integrity was hollow. And I have seen people with humble skills rise to unimaginable heights, simply because they were people you could trust. Opportunity has this uncanny ability to find its way to those with a strong moral compass. Why? Because the world is already flooded with clever people who cut corners. It's full of talented people who lack discipline. It's overflowing with intelligent people you simply cannot depend on. But when you build an unshakable character, you become a rarity. You become something valuable. You stand out. Now, let's be clear. Character is not forged in a single moment of crisis. It's built in the 1,000 tiny, unseen decisions you make every single day. Do you honor your commitments, even the small ones? Do you speak the truth, even when it's hard? Do you see things through to the end, even when you're tired? These are the moments that define you. And the most beautiful thing about character is that, like knowledge, it compounds. Just as money accrues interest, trust accrues with consistency. One honest act lays a foundation. A second one reinforces it. A third one solidifies it. And over time, this creates your reputation, which is the most valuable asset you will ever own. Here's a piece of wisdom I hold on to. Success is less about what we manage to achieve and more about who we are forced to become in the process. Because in the marathon pursuit of wealth, of opportunity, of acclaim, the real trophy is the person you've become by the time you cross the finish line. You see, the world doesn't just reward ability, it rewards reliability. It rewards the people who can be counted on when the pressure is on. It rewards the leaders who guide with integrity. And here is another powerful truth. Character attracts character. Honest people find honest partners. Disciplined people build disciplined teams. Reliable people are drawn to reliable friends and clients. By strengthening your own character, you are curating the very nature of the opportunities that will come your way. Because not all opportunities are created equal. Some will elevate you to new heights. Others will drag you down into the mud. A strong character is the compass that helps you tell the difference. So what can you do starting today to build it? First, keep your word. If you say you'll do it, do it. The small promises build the muscle for the big ones. Second, be ruthlessly honest, especially when it costs you something. That's when it matters most. Third, take radical responsibility. Don't shift blame. Own your mistakes and extract the lesson. And fourth, stay disciplined. Do what needs to be done, not just what feels good. These things are rarely easy, but they are always worth it. Remember this: character is invisible in the short term, but it is undeniable in the long run. At first, your small acts of integrity might go unnoticed, but over time, they create a reputation that precedes you. And when your name becomes synonymous with honesty and reliability, opportunities will find you. Not because you chase them down, but because they know they can trust you. So here is the life lesson. Character is the bedrock of all lasting success. Build it fiercely, protect it jealously, and strengthen it daily. Because your skills can become obsolete, and your circumstances can change, but your character endures. And in the end, who you are will always determine what you attract. Habit 3 is mastering the art of communication. Opportunity rarely arrives through things or machines. It doesn't even arrive through hard work alone. It arrives through people. Almost always it comes through other people. That's precisely why communication is one of the most potent skills you could ever hope to develop. Because your words can unlock doors that sheer effort can never force open. Just think about it. You could possess the most brilliant idea in the world, but if you cannot articulate it with clarity and passion, that idea remains a prisoner in your own mind. You could have immense value to offer the world, but if you can't present that value with conviction, people may never recognize it. This is why communication is not just a soft skill. It is an essential tool for survival and success. Now, effective communication is about more than just talking. It's a trinity of skills: speaking, listening, and most importantly, connecting. Speaking is how you share your vision. Listening is how you understand the world of others. But connecting, that's where the real magic lies. Connecting is what allows trust to be forged. And wherever trust exists, opportunities will inevitably flow. Let me offer you an analogy. Think of communication as a bridge. On one side of that bridge stands you, with all your knowledge, your effort, and your dreams. On the other side is someone else, holding the opportunity, the relationship, or the key to the door you need to walk through. If that bridge is solid and strong, you can cross over with ease. But if the bridge is weak and unstable, you remain stranded on your side, alone with your potential. Your words, your ability to truly listen, your capacity to connect, these are the materials that build that bridge. Now, I hear some of you saying, but I'm just not a natural speaker. Here's the good news: you don't have to be. You just have to be willing to practice. You don't need to deliver speeches to arenas of thousands. Start small. Practice in your one-on-one conversations. Share your ideas with precision. Look the person in the eye. Be sincere. Communication is not a performance. It's a connection. Here is a core principle to guide you. To become a more powerful communicator, focus less on trying to impress people and more on genuinely expressing yourself. Don't hunt for fancy words to sound intelligent. Speak from the heart so they can understand you. Speak with conviction so they can feel you. Always remember this. People will likely forget the exact words you said, but they will never ever forget how you made them feel. And listening is every bit as powerful as speaking, sometimes even more so. Most people don't truly listen. They just pause, waiting for their turn to talk. But the person who develops the discipline of active listening, the one who gives their undivided attention, becomes magnetic. Because deep listening demonstrates respect. It signals humility. It shows that you value the other person, and in turn they will begin to value you. Now let's talk about connection. Connection transcends mere words. It's conveyed in the tone of your voice, in your body language, in the sincerity that radiates from you. You can say all the right things, but if your tone is off, if your heart isn't in it, the message will fall flat. But when you speak with genuine sincerity, even the simplest words can feel like they could move mountains. Here's a ratio to keep in mind. Effective communication is 20% what you know, and 80% how you feel. About what you know. It's the passion behind your words that makes them powerful. It's the belief in your message that makes it believable. When you have an unshakable conviction in what you are saying, people feel that energy. And when people feel it, they are moved to act on it. So how can you start developing this crucial skill? 1. Read every single day. Reading expands your vocabulary, deepens your knowledge, and sharpens your ability to explain complex ideas simply. 2. Practice speaking, not just in high-stakes moments, but in your daily interactions. 3. Listen with intensity. Don't just hear the words, listen for the meaning behind them. 4. Study great communicators. Watch how they use silence, how they tell stories, how they connect with emotion. 5. Be sincere. Mean what you say, and say what you mean. Over time, these practices will sharpen your communication skills like a blade. And here is the life lesson. Your words can open doors that your effort by itself cannot. You can work tirelessly in silence, but without communication, your effort remains invisible. With powerful communication, your effort is multiplied. Because effort creates value, but communication is what reveals that value. And when people can finally see the value you bring, they will bring you opportunities. So make this your mission. Develop your ability to communicate. Speak with clarity. Listen with purpose. Connect with sincerity. Because your success doesn't just depend on what you know, it depends on how well you can share it. Habit 4 is nurturing a positive attitude. A positive outlook is not just some feel-good platitude. It's not just about forcing a smile when you don't feel like it. It is a powerful, invisible force, a magnet for opportunity. Because opportunity will actively avoid the chronic complainer, but it will beat a path to the door of the resilient optimist. Let me break it down. Life is guaranteed to be filled with challenges. There will be disappointments, setbacks, and just plain hard days. That is the non-negotiable reality for everyone. But here is the critical distinction. Your attitude is what determines your response. Two people can be hit with the exact same devastating problem. One of them becomes bitter, resentful, and broken. The other one becomes better, stronger, and more determined. The problem was the same. The outcome was radically different. Why? Attitude. Now, don't mistake me. Having a positive attitude doesn't mean you live in denial. It doesn't mean you pretend everything is wonderful when it's clearly not. It means you face reality head on, but you do so with a spirit of resilience. It means saying, yes, this problem is real, and it is big, but so is my capacity to find a solution. That mindset is a beacon for new ideas. It attracts helpful people. It summons opportunity. Think of it like this. When a complainer walks into a room, you can feel the energy instantly plummet. They focus on what's broken. They point fingers and assign blame. They give you a dozen reasons why something is impossible. Before long, people start to avoid them. But when a positive person enters, the energy in the room lifts. They acknowledge the challenge, yes, but then they immediately pivot and say, all right, so how do we fix this? Let's find a way. And in that moment, people are drawn in. Solutions start to emerge from the haze. Here's the simple truth. Your spirit, your internal state, is like a light. When you intentionally keep it positive, that light shines brightly. And just like moths drawn to a flame, opportunities are drawn to that light. But when your spirit is clouded with negativity, that light dims and flickers out, and opportunities will pass right by you in the darkness, completely unaware you were even there. Now I know someone is thinking, but it's so hard to stay positive when life keeps knocking you down. You're right. It is hard. But that's why it's a discipline, not a default setting. Maintaining a positive attitude is a habit that must be cultivated. It's not automatic, it requires conscious effort. You choose your response, you choose your words, you choose your outlook, and that single choice, made over and over, makes all the difference. Here's something profound I learned along the way. It is not the blowing of the wind that determines your destination. It is the set of the sail. The same winds of circumstance blow on all of us. The winds of disappointment, of challenge, of loss. Yet some of us end up shipwrecked in despair, while others arrive at a shore of new discovery. The difference? They learned how to set their sail with a positive spirit. So how do you do it? How do you maintain that positive attitude? Let me give you some daily practices. 1. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't flood it with a constant stream of negativity. Be incredibly selective about the information you consume. 2. Practice gratitude as a daily ritual. Write down what you are thankful for. Gratitude magically transforms what you have into more than enough. 3. Surround yourself with positive people. Attitudes are contagious. Choose your company wisely. 4. Reframe problems as lessons. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? 5. Speak the language of possibility. Your words create your world. Replace every complaint with a potential solution. Do these things daily, and your spirit will become unbreakable. And here is the life lesson. A positive spirit is a lighthouse. An opportunity is the ship that is drawn to its beam. Think about that. No one wants to partner with a cynic. No one wants to invest their time or money in a pessimist. No one wants to follow a leader who only sees the worst-case scenario. But everyone wants to be around the person who believes, who hopes, who sees what's possible. That is the person opportunity cannot resist. So remember, when life gets tough, your attitude is your anchor. It will hold you steady in the storm. And when the sun comes out again, it will be the wind in your sails, pushing you forward. Keep your light on. Opportunity is looking for you. Habit 5 is taking relentless initiative. Opportunity belongs to the person who moves first, not the one who waits for permission, not the one who hesitates until the path is clear. It belongs to the one who acts. Think about it. The world rarely sends out engraved invitations. Life doesn't often tap you on the shoulder and say, excuse me, it's your turn now. Most of the time, life rewards the one who steps up and takes action before they are asked. That is initiative, and it is one of the most powerful habits you will ever develop. Now let's slow that down for a second. What does it really mean to take initiative? It means you don't wait for a manager or a mentor to tell you what needs to be done. You see a problem, and you start solving it. You see a need, and you start filling it. You take ownership, whether it's at your job, in your home, or in your own personal growth. Initiative is the spark. It's the signal to the world that says, this person can be trusted with more. Let me put it another way. Leaders aren't looking for people who need their hand held every step of the way. They are desperately searching for people who will move on their own. Doors do not open for the timid or the hesitant. They swing open for the prepared. They open for the ready. They open for the self-starter. That's the power of initiative. It immediately positions you as someone who can be counted on. Now here is a hard truth. Waiting feels safe. It feels comfortable. But waiting is also incredibly dangerous. Because while you are waiting for the perfect moment, someone else is moving. While you are hesitating, someone else is building. While you are debating the pros and cons, someone else is making a decision. An opportunity does not wait around forever. Here is one of my guiding principles. Life does not respond to need. It responds to seed. Need is passive. Need sits back and says, I hope something good comes my way. Seed is active. Seed says, I will go out and plant first. That is the essence of initiative. You plant the seed long before you can see the harvest. You take the action before the reward is guaranteed. That is the kind of person that life entrusts with greater opportunities. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed that the people who get the promotions, who get recognized, who are trusted with the biggest projects, are rarely the ones who just did the bare minimum? Of course not. They are the ones who consistently went the extra mile. They stayed a little later to finish the job right. They solved the problem before it became a crisis. They acted without being told. That is initiative in motion. Now some of you might be thinking, but what if I take initiative and I make a mistake? Well, let me tell you something. A mistake born from initiative is 1,000 times better than a failure caused by hesitation. At least when you act, you learn something. At least when you move, you gain valuable experience. But when you just wait, you gain nothing but regret. Here is how you can begin to build this crucial habit. 1. Start small. Look around you right now. What is something that needs to be done? Do it without being asked. 2. Learn to anticipate needs. Don't just be reactive. Be proactive. Leaders cherish people with foresight. 3. Always ask. What's next? When you complete a task, don't just stop. Look for the next way you can contribute. 4. Take ownership. Act as if the outcome depends entirely on you, because it often does. And 5. Trust your gut. Don't overthink every single step. It is far better to act and adjust your course along the way than to be frozen by doubt. Do this consistently and I promise you, you will stand out. And here is the life lesson. Opportunity belongs to those who move first. When you act, you put yourself in the game. You become visible. You get noticed. An opportunity says, there is someone who is ready. But when you wait, you blend into the background and the chance slips away. So if there is something you've been putting off, waiting for the right time, stop waiting. Start moving. Act. The perfect time will never arrive. The perfect time is now, because the initiative you take today creates the opportunity of tomorrow. Habit 6 is intentionally expanding your network. Your network of relationships is your personal gateway to opportunity. It's not just your talent, not just your knowledge, but the people you know, and more importantly, the people who know and trust you. Here's a fundamental truth. No one achieves anything significant alone. Every single dream, every major breakthrough, every step forward is facilitated by other people. Someone opens a door for you. Someone shares a critical idea. Someone makes an introduction. Someone believes in you long before the rest of the world does. That is the profound power of your associations. Now think about this for a moment. If you consistently spend your time with people who complain, it won't be long before you find yourself complaining too. If you spend your time with big dreamers, you'll find your own dreams expanding. And if you spend your time with high achievers, their discipline and drive will inevitably start to rub off on you. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That is not just a catchy quote, it is a law of life. So the most important question you can ask yourself is, who are you spending your time with? Because the people around you are shaping your thoughts. Your thoughts are shaping your actions, and your actions are creating your results. If you want to change your results, you must first change your company. But here is the empowering news. You don't have to passively wait for the right people to find you. You can actively go out and find them. You can attend seminars. You can join groups centered around your interests. You can even read books by the greatest minds in history and let their words mentor you. Deliberately seek out those who challenge you to be better, not the ones who are comfortable with your mediocrity. Find the people who will raise the standard and say, I see more in you. You can do more. Now let's go a level deeper. A powerful network isn't just about the names in your phone. It's also about who knows asterisk. You asterisk. Are you the kind of person that people are glad to know? When you walk into a room, do you add value? Are you known for being reliable, trustworthy, and encouraging? Because opportunity doesn't just flow toward talent. It flows toward trust. It flows toward character. It flows toward people who bring positive energy to the table. Let me share a simple analogy. Think of your life as a garden. Your relationships are the seeds. The more seeds you plant, the more you water and nurture them, the more abundant your harvest will be. But if you never take the time to plant, if you never invest in those relationships, you cannot expect to have anything to reap when you need it. That's the essence of networking. You don't build it only when you need something. You build it long before, with generosity and consistency. Here are some practical ways to start expanding your network today. 1. Be intentional. Don't just drift into friendships by proximity. Consciously choose associations that will lift you higher. 2. Always look to add value first. Don't approach people thinking about what you can get. Focus on what you can give. 3. Stay connected. Relationships wither from neglect. A simple phone call, a thoughtful note, a small gesture can keep a door open for years. 4. Lead with character. Be the person others can implicitly trust. Trust is the currency of all opportunity. And 5. Learn from everyone. Every single person has a story, and every story contains a lesson. Here is the life lesson. Your network is your gateway to opportunity. The right people will bring you the right chances. The wrong people will close doors before you even have a chance to knock. So choose your circle wisely. Expand it intentionally. Invest in it continually. Because your future will not be built by your effort alone. It will be shaped by your associations. So let me ask you, who do you need to spend more time with? Who do you need to create some distance from? And who is out there right now waiting for you to connect so that you can both rise together? Remember, your life changes the moment you change who you walk with. Your network will either be a cage that limits you or wings that lift you. Habit 7 is being relentlessly prepared. Opportunity favors the ready mind. It doesn't wait around. It doesn't give you a second chance. It shows up, often unannounced, and it asks one simple, brutal question. Are you ready? Now here is the unvarnished truth. Most people miss out on life-changing opportunities, not because those opportunities don't exist, but because they simply weren't prepared when the moment arrived. The job they dreamed of opened up, but they hadn't developed the skills. The door to a new venture unlocked, but they hadn't built the character to be trusted. The chance of a lifetime appeared, but the discipline to seize it was missing. And so, opportunity moved on. When the opportunity appears, it is too late to prepare. Let that sink in. The preparation must have already been done. You prepare in the dark so you can shine in the light. You prepare in the quiet moments when no one is watching. You do the work before the work is due, because one day the spotlight will swing in your direction, the moment will arrive, and your preparation will collide with opportunity. And on that day, the world will call you lucky. But you will know it wasn't luck. It was readiness. Think about the farmer. He doesn't wait until it's harvest time to start planting seeds. By then, it's far too late. He toils in the spring. He nurtures the crop through the long, hot summer. He does this so that when autumn arrives, he is ready for the harvest. That is the essence of preparation. Life operates under the exact same principle. You don't start getting ready when opportunity knocks on your door. You stay ready, so that whenever it knocks, you are prepared to answer. So let me ask you directly, are you preparing right now, or are you just waiting? You see, waiting is passive. Preparation is active. Waiting says one day maybe I'll get a chance. Preparation says, I will be ready for my chance when it comes. So how do you prepare? 1. You sharpen your skills every single day. You read, you practice, you grow. Don't just wish for the right job, become the right person for it. 2. You build your character. Opportunity flees from the dishonest and the unreliable, but it hunts for the person who is trustworthy. 3. You stay disciplined. You master the small daily tasks. If you can't be trusted with small responsibilities, you will never be given great ones. 4. You protect your energy. You rest well, you eat well, you take care of your physical and mental health. You cannot say yes to a great opportunity if your body is screaming no.